Well, take Rush Limbaugh. He was eating 100 Oxycontins a day till it made him go deaf. They did a calculation, would kill 7 average-sized horses. He was that addicted, probably has a liver the size of a couch. And he says if somebody gets caught with cocaine, they need 25 years in prison first offense. But if he's taking synthetic heroin, that's okay.
Exactly. It's a double standard. If you're not one of the good old boys, you go to prison. If you're a good old boy, you get a TV show, a radio show like Oliver North. I mean, I didn't say that, did I?
Hey, Ricky Ross, stay there. We're going to come back and continue with the government drug dealing, what you're doing currently, your website, and a lot more. FreewayEnterprises.com. I'm Alex Jones. Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Central. We're here live, back Sundays 4 to 6 p.m. The websites are Infowars.com and PrisonPlanet.com. Ricky Ross' website is FreewayEnterprise.com. We'll put that up on screen for PrisonPlanet.tv viewers and radio listeners. We have a link up on our website, PrisonPlanet.com. Ricky, going back, though, to Dark Alliance, the articles, the book, Gary Webb, I mean, all documented. And do you have any doubt that they murdered him?
Man, and not in my mind. I'm almost positive that they murdered Gary Webb. I mean, he cut so much stuff out. He made them tell on themselves. The evidence was so clear that, even the CIA admitted that they knew that their operatives were selling drugs in this country. In my situation and said, yeah, we knew that these guys were selling drugs, but we didn't sanction it. And that's when, Congresswoman Waters came back and say, well, you know that it's your job to stop drug dealers from selling drugs in the country, and you turn the blind eye. No doubt.
Let's get a little bit more into what happened in your trial, the type of stuff that you, your lawyer, and Gary Webb got to come out.
Well, we turned up this kind of information. We thought that was enough to free me from prison. That the CIA knew that their operatives, because what we tried to do is we tried to use the government theory about entrapment against them, that if your operative, somebody that you're paying, is selling drugs, then that's just like you selling drugs. You're connected to this person from the pay, so whatever he does, you're responsible for it. And we tried to hit him from that angle on my appeal. You understand what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, oh, absolutely. I mean, clearly, and this wasn't even a sting or entrapment. They were using you to make the money. They were using you. That'd be like if a mafia don gives an order to a soldier to go do something. The mafia don's more guilty than the soldier. How do you send the soldier to prison and not the don?
Absolutely, and that's the scenario that we tried to use in our case in trial that me and Alan tried to put together. And we got all that information via Gary's investigation. What Gary put together and turned in, we turned around and used those same documents in court in the federal government. The Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals said, yeah, okay, they were selling drugs, the CIA was involved, but we're not going to excuse Ricky Ross from selling drugs too.
Now, a lot of evidence shows you'd gone completely clean, and that they set you up because they didn't want you running around out there because they knew Gary Webb had already been talking to you.
Well, you know what? I figured, and like you're saying, they felt that it would be better for me to be in prison, talking about what had happened. It would lessen my credibility. If you got a guy, he's from prison, and he's saying that the CIA is selling drugs, some wacko from prison, saying all this stuff. But if a guy is on the streets saying it, it gives him more credibility. So they felt that it would be much better to have me in prison than to have me out on the street saying the same thing.
Is the government putting pressure on you, or have you had any veiled or open threats to keep your mouth shut?
No, not at this time I haven't. Nobody has contacted me at all about anything. But, Alex, I really don't talk about it much anymore. I've just been trying to go on with my life, and hopefully, I don't wind up, in the ocean or nothing like that there.
Well, plus it's an open secret. They've had congressional hearings, documentaries, the cover of Esquire, CIA aircraft are always crashing full of drugs. I mean, I guess they just don't even care anymore. Okay, we bring the drugs in, your kids use it, and we put them in prison.
Right, you're not going to. The people are not going to do anything. You know, they're under the feeling that I mean, we do what we want to do. We lie about whatever we want to lie about, and the people keep on letting us stay in power and keep on collecting all the money. You know, and you know, I take my hat off to Gary, you know, for what he did, but I don't know many people that would put their life on the line like Gary did, and knowing that nothing's going to change, that our people are going to continuously allow our elected officials to continue running mockery of our country.
And he had a new book coming out with even more damning evidence, and now that book didn't get published because they shot him twice in the head with a shotgun.
Well, you know, they took the other book. They didn't want to put the other book out. They wouldn't put any promotion behind it. You know, they fired him from the news the newspaper.
Yes.
I mean, from the newspaper. I mean, Gary was catching purity hell from everywhere. You know, one of my friends, Jesse Katz from the L.A. Times, he come down and you know, try to secretly do an interview with me that I felt was totally improper. You know, that I didn't know what was going on. So, you know, all of them ganged up on him. And I thought that it was really unfair. I thought that they should go and do an investigation and try to prove that he was right.
But that's what he's been proven right. But that's why they killed him. He had another book coming out to prove all that. Good guys get torn down by COINTELPRO, and that's what they did to Gary Webb, and he wouldn't shut up, so they killed him. We'll be right back with Freeway Ricky Ross. Stay with us.